Hi, I'm Coach Kane from Straight Blast Gym, Portland, Oregon, and this is Ella. We're going to look at two super important postures that are used when attempting the triangle choke. I don't think these are taught very well, and I think they're super essential in having a good triangle choke game. So let's take a look at the two postures. This first one I just call the triangle catch position. And the position of your body, your knees, and your legs is going to be super important. It happens when you catch somebody one in, one out before you lock up your legs. And so what it's going to look like is this. This foot's going to be on the hip. This knee's going to be compressing in. This leg is going to be cutting across the top of the shoulders here. And I'm going to grab one hand on this side and one hand on this side like this. This position has a bunch of key important points in it that make it super important for triangle choke because it sets up all your structures that you need. All right? So from here, my knees squeeze, my hand holds down, my elbows come in, and my back gets flat. So I can't have a curve on my back, I gotta have it flat like that. And then from this position, I should be able to hold Ella down. So if she tries to posture up, she can't do it because of this cutting across her shoulders. This, coming in tight, helps me to maintain control of that elbow because if she starts bringing that elbow back like that, she's going to ruin my ability to get my leg up and wrap. And so this foot on the hip and this knee coming in means she can't bring her elbow back to block. Grab, grab, flatten my back. This is going to be a really key position. From here, I have everything I need to fix all my postures. So as mentioned in a previous video, I can scoot back to get my hips under the shoulder girdle. I can move so that my knee is higher than my ankle, and I can push to get my shin parallel to the shoulders. Once I have all that, the finish is just this, and then it's done. And so the triangle catch position, foot on hip, knee in, this shin across the shoulders, hand on one side, hand on the other side, elbows in, and then make your back flat. From here, you should be able to hold really tight, and it should be really tough for the top guy. Once you're here, fix all your particulars. So make sure that your knee is higher than your ankle, that your shin is parallel to the shoulders. Walk back if you need to make your legs longer. And then when you're ready, clamp it down tight, squeeze your knees together, drive your heels to your backside, and then make a crunch, and you should be able to finish that triangle choke. That catch position is super important, and if you don't have that position, you're not going to have a good triangle choke. Here's one more interesting point that I think is super critical and people gloss over. And pay attention to this. This position is closer to a finished triangle choke than this position. That's super critical. So a lot of times people will try to get the tie up at all costs, even when things are out of whack, like my knee is low, I'm too far underneath her, this leg is not parallel to the shoulders, and you get caught in that trying to finish and it's not working. This is far away from a triangle choke. So it's actually more efficient to untie, go to this posture, and then fix everything from here. So your knee is higher than your ankle, your leg is parallel, your hips come on out, and then from here finish. So again, really critical. This is further away from a finished triangle choke than this. We're continuing our triangle choke series. What I want to look at next is a really common issue when trying the triangle choke, and it's when the top person postures up. And I'm going to show you some simple fundamentals that work pretty well. We're going to switch roles, and I'm going to have Ella put me in the triangle choke. Just because of our size difference, it's going to make it a little bit easier. And so the first position I'm going to show you is what's called the low wrap. And we'll look at it and I'll tell you why it works. So Ella's going to put me in a triangle choke, and then I'm going to posture up. All right, so I postured up here. Now she's going to do the low wrap. Like that. And then so what I want you to notice is a few things. One, her back is flat and her legs are wrapped really low right around my waist, and she's got my arm trapped. Sometimes it's necessary, she might grab this sleeve here just to make sure I can't pull it out, but she can squeeze her legs together here to lock it in and make it kind of tight. The low wrap. The low wrap is important because when somebody postures up inside your triangle, they're switching to hip control and they're actually controlling your hip. So watch when I posture up again in Ella's triangle choke, how I have control over her hip. So you can see I'm controlling Ella's hip here. I've got it attached to my body, and my forearm here brings it in and attaches it so that it's being compressed against my lower abdomen, and she has no ability to move her hip. In order to free her hip up, she opens up and wraps low. That low wrap. And then now I'm not controlling her hip anymore. She has control over her hip. So this is actually the second position that's super important to know in a triangle choke. And it's used specifically in this scenario when somebody postures up. From here, she's going to go to our first position, which I call the triangle catch position. So all she has to do is harvest this arm back down, break my posture down, and then go back to the triangle catch, which will look like this. And so there it is. So low wrap to triangle catch position. That transfer from one posture to the other is going to be super important.